Warm welcome to the station here. The station is on connected tools today. I would like to introduce ourselves. We have Florian here, Gregor, and my name is Petra. And at Bosch Power Tools we work on connected tools. But let's start with a video first. Please wear your headphones so you can hear the tone.
Hold yourself in there.
So what we actually saw here is that connectivity, Bluetooth, interaction with smartphones already is a big thing within automotive industry. Probably all of you have your smartphone while driving, so you have your headphones and using that in your car. But not only automotive, Gregor, where else do we have connectivity touch points?
So actually, connectivity kind of sounds like a topic from the future, like something which is far away, not concerning us. Actually, I have some examples for you, so I think you will find yourself in there. So let's have a start. How did your day start today? Mine did start like this. So I set my alarm clock on my smartphone yesterday, so I will be able to present in front of you to be on time here. So my first touch this morning was the smartphone. And that's how the day keeps on going. I went to breakfast, I WhatsApped my wife, I exchanged some information with some colleagues, checked emails, looked for news. And usually when I'm not here, but when I'm home, I bring my son to kindergarten. But before I go out of my house, I start my weather app on my tablet. And then I actually know, should I give him a jacket or does he perhaps need an umbrella? First when I do that, we go out of the house. So actually, this is all examples for connected systems, which you're using kind of intuitively every day. And you don't even think about something weird, some technology behind it. You're just using it because it's there. And then when you're at work, same story, we're using laptops, we're using computers, smartphones again, tablets to organize us, to prepare documents, to check stuff. But also in the construction industry, actually, this is getting more and more important, or more and more helpful. Just imagine you're on the job site and you're waiting for some material, for some wood, which is still missing to build a roof. And then you don't know, why is it not here, where is it coming? In the past, it was kind of a hassle. Today, you would just open your smartphone, you would check where is the material, perhaps if it's still not there and it should be there, you can search out a phone information for that, and then you will know.
You just switch it on.
I should switch it on, right. Okay. But I hope you have heard me before. Yeah, so you would check the status, you would get information. So it's really helpful and already being used by all of you, I assume. So here you have an example of the home. This is also connected today. I mean, most of the houses, and I assume that you guys already have built in some of that stuff, right? I mean, if you're electricians or HVACs, a lot of the things like heat and all that is already connected and being used by a lot of people. So again, connected systems and usage by smartphones. And then when the day finally comes almost to an end, probably you want to relax like I do. I get home, and then what do you use? You use a smart TV, or you take a tablet and you watch a show or something. And then finally, when the day is really almost over, my last touch, which I do, again, smartphone. I set the alarm clock, lay it back, so I started with a smartphone, ended with a smartphone. So just to summarize that, connected technologies are just around us. Connected technologies is something which is very normal for us, and connected technologies is something which will be completely normal in a few years from now also for power tools. But how does it look with power tools right now, actually, Petra?
Yeah, let's have a look. So the most important people at Bosch Power Tools, our users, are you. So if we have a look in here, what is the problems of our users? Of course, these are only 4, but there's plenty of problems that our users are facing on their daily job. So let's have a look at Daniel. Daniel, he's 45 and he's an electrician. Do we have electricians here? No? Ah, great, very good. So he's an electrician and he's doing serial applications. So let's just think of like smart screws in metal, all the same material, the same screw size all day. Currently he buys one drill, this is one size fits all. He cannot adjust any settings to be faster, to be more efficient. Or we have Peter here. He is 52 and he has 50 employees in the company. There's a lot of companies that have a lot of more employees. They share the tools among each other. currently you don't know what is the status of the tool, where is the tool, for tomorrow do I have enough tools? Or we have Alex, he's also an electrician. He says sometimes he's working on job sites where there's no power supply. You know, at a very early stage, there's no power, you have to bring your own stuff, but more importantly, you need cordless stuff, right? So he would like to have a light for illuminating the workplace that he's working at. And also we have Günther here, he's a roofer. Roofers here? No roofers? Okay. Roofers, they're doing like really big screws in roof constellation. They are leaning over outside the window on the ladder. They are not very stable in their position. So he says, I have to work in awkward positions on a daily basis. So he says, actually currently I cannot change the tool to my best behavior when I'm standing like this on a ladder. So how do we as Bosch Power Tool try to solve some of these user problems? Let's have a look. We solve them by introducing first Bosch connected power tools. We give our users the possibility with their smartphone. I think all of you have a smartphone, right? You do? So with changing tool settings, we get information on the tool via their smartphone with a Bluetooth chip. But let's have a look how this works. We have here a tool that is actually the one that Gregor is holding in his hands. And we have the gray one. The gray chip is the connection to the tool electronics.
So the user, let me open this up so I can show it to the guys.
So we open it up, we have the lid, we have a coin cell, and we have the Bluetooth module in here. This is the connectivity module. So this connectivity module is directly connected to the tool electronics. So actually the user can change the tool electronics, how the tool is behaving, how the tool settings are. And it's not an additional tag like here that you have to put on your tool. It's integrated in the handle. You won't feel it. There's no additional weight. It's just integrated in the handle. But what do we want to offer to our users with this connectivity module? PT, Power Tool Connectivity, for us means at first tool specifications and information. For information, currently there's many sources, right? You have a catalog, you have a web page, you have a leaflet, you have maybe a manual, I don't know, somebody of you looking at your manual, I don't know. With the smartphone app, actually, you have the possibility to check on any information that you are interested from your power tool, one source. But also we have here tool advice and notification. What is this about? You guys are professional craftsmen. I think you treat the tools very, very tough, right? So, like this tool looks now, it will last maybe 1 week. And after 2 to 3 weeks, it looks very bad and you will treat it very toughly. Of course, it's for pros, right? So what do we do here is, for example, when you do very tough applications, the motor overheats. When the motor overheats, the performance is decreasing. Currently, you have no idea what's happening inside the tool. With the smartphone app, you get information. What's happening? Is the motor too hot? Is the battery too hot? What's the status of my tool? How should I react? How should I behave? How should I treat the tool so that it won't break? Another thing is tool settings adjustment. Who of you knows kickback control? Kickback control? Kickback control prevents you from rotating the tool, right? So currently, there's no possibility to change the setting, but let's think of the roofer. The roofer is standing on a ladder like this, right? He maybe wants to have this sensor kick in earlier, even earlier, to prevent him from falling down. One thing that we could adjust on the tool. And also tool usage and data. Tool usage, for example, how long does the motor run in general, or how often does this kickback control sensor kicked in? And track my tools, fully integrated. No additional track tag, fully integration in the tool. But this is very theoretical, right, Gregor?
Yes, some kind of slides which is all better.
Do you want to show something on the app?
Yeah, perhaps something more interesting to you guys. What you see here actually is an app. And you see exactly what I have on my smartphone. You see on the big smartphone, it's the smartphone 8S, let's say, with a 50-inch screen. Who knows this app? Very good, great. So if you downloaded it, you are part of 5 million people who already did. So just what I want to say, it's a lot of people already downloaded this app, a lot of people installed it, just because we offer some nice features in there, because they like it, because it's for free. And actually we're going to control all our connected tools in the future exactly with the same app. So nothing new for the user, nothing new for you, just which we will add one thing, this will be the My Tools plugin. And I will just click on that one, and what will happen is that the smartphone now will be scanning for tools which are around the area. So you see Actually, it found, you see, this is the connection status. It found 3 tools: a drill driver, a hammer drill, and a angle grinder. And actually, what I want to do now, I want to connect my smartphone with those tools. So I do it pretty easily. I just click on the pluses. So let me select first tool, second tool, and now the third tool. And now when I go to the check mark on the top, it will connect. And then you see one really cool thing already in the beginning of this app, that it shows the battery status of all your cordless tools. So actually, now when you're going to the second floor or to the roof or somewhere else, you just see, okay, those 3 tools actually, they are good to go because they have some plenty battery power left. With this one, perhaps I would decide to take out the battery, put in the charger, and put a fully charged battery inside the tool, so I will not need to come back in a few minutes again to change the battery. So this is already some really nice feature, which you see right away of a glimpse of an eye. So let's have a look on the drill driver. When I click on this one, just a few examples. What you can do, you can change the picture and you can change the name of the tool. So actually when you want to do some little personalization because it's cool or because you want to have some different teams organized, like drill driver 1 or drill driver team 1, drill driver team 2, etc., you can set names and you can make pictures, especially when you color-coded them, you sprayed paint on them, because some of you guys do that, or put some tape around it with different colors, then you immediately see which tool you're setting up actually. And then we have here the Keypad Control, which Petra was talking about. So when you really have this roofer standing on the top and being, perhaps, you guys are not afraid, I know that, but perhaps he doesn't have a secure stand and he wants the tool to stop earlier when it blocks than later, because then he might fall down and hurt himself. So let's say we want to make this a little bit more sensitive, so I will change the setting. And you see it's pretty easy. I just moving that around, then I go to OK, and then the setting is being transferred. And you see the tool actually is blinking. So when it's blinking, first of all, I have the information. Yeah, I have set a setting. And second, if I would have 2 of those tools sitting next to each other, I would be sure which one actually I set. So this is one thing, and then here we have the Afterglow functionality. Do you know what the Afterglow functionality is actually? When you press the trigger and when you release it, like Petra did right now, the light is still on. So actually we introduced this feature some years ago and we have set this to 3 seconds. And then people were telling us, hey, when I set it to 3 seconds, when it's for 3 seconds, I release the trigger, then I go to the cupboard and I need the light, and then when I almost found my screw, it turns off. And then I again have to press the trigger, it's moving, perhaps the screw falls out, or whatever. So we changed it to 10 seconds. And imagine what happened. So most of the people said, great, it's cool, now it works fine, it's enough time for me. But some people then said, okay, when I press the trigger, or when I was working with the tool, I lay it down, the light is still on. So what happened? Did it hang up like an old computer or what? Or is it broken? Does it take battery charge or whatever? So no matter what we do actually in this case, it's wrong because someone is dissatisfied. And connected tools actually are giving us the opportunity not to make the decision anymore. It's you making the decision. If you want it for 10 seconds, make it for 10 seconds. If you want to turn it off, you turn it off. Now the choice is up to you, and we don't need to look into each and every brain of you guys. So that's it, but let's have a look on a different tool, because what you will see is no matter what tool you choose, I will now go for the angle grinder. The menu is always the same. So actually the information is always the same what you get. Here you would have an additional functionality because it makes sense on an angle grinder to set a soft start if you like that. But actually it is very intuitive. If you once learned how to use it, it's always the same way. So it's pretty easy to remember and to use that thing. And here you would have one thing. Petra was talking about tool information. You would hit the I button. I go on it. And one thing you see first is the factory name, serial number, manufacturing date, and bare tool number. What do you need that for actually? Some idea? Exactly, registration, right? Exactly. So if you want to use the bigger warranty, the longer warranty time, you would like to register your tool. And today you have to look up on the tool, perhaps in the manual, you don't know where to look up, and people just told us it's like kind of annoying. Now we have all information gathered in one place, and with the same device, the smartphone, which you can register the tool, actually, you can look up the information. You don't need to search for it. So that's a pretty nice thing. Here you could have 2 specifications. what do you do with the manual which is being delivered with the tools, actually? You have no manuals, right? Because a lot of you guys just throw it away because it's, taking space, you don't want to carry it around and all that. Here you would have, if you someday need some information about the tool, it would just be saved in the app, in the tool actually. And here will be the tool usage info. Petra said perhaps you would be interested about how long was the motor already running, perhaps how often did the tool save my life by the Keypad Control kicking in. This kind of information we would make available to you guys in the future. So when I go back here, just log tool. If you go to log tool, actually right now the functionality says that we want to prevent people setting your tool. So in the groups before, Chris in the back, he was playing around with the drill driver and was confusing me totally. It did work, but he was playing around. He was setting the settings, and I, as a user, if I was you, I would like to have control about my tool, and because you don't want to, your colleagues to play tricks on you. So we would make, we will give you the possibility to lock it, so they could not use this. Exactly. And now I open another tool, and you see again same story, same optics, same usage of this thing. So pretty intuitive and easy. And what happens if the tool actually stops working? Petra was talking about that. It might be that the motor overheated and protected itself. It might be that, that the tool is broken. So the tool, if you go on the alert function, it will tell you now the motor is overheated, perhaps. This is a choice of possible alerts. So when the motor overheated, you know it now, but we would give you the advice if you click on it, what should you do to make it get back to work. So we could tell you, now you have to press the button and let the tool run for, let's say, a minute, and then it cools down itself, and then you can go to work again. So I was talking now a lot about the drill driver and actually the angle grinder. Petra, perhaps we have something else to show.
We have something more actually that we can show here. What we have is actually the floodlights that you see here actually. The floodlight app is also integrated fully in the Bosch Toolbox app. So we see the two floodlights here actually, and we just click on floodlights. And what we see here is actually we have already entered two floodlights, the left one and the right one. What we also see here is the battery status. So battery fully charged, half charged. What I can do now from standing here is actually I switch on those lights. And I can dim them and I can switch them off. What I also can do here is actually set a timer function. So when I'm not around to checking on them and turning them on directly, I can set a timer function here. And I can tell them when they should go off, when they should go on, when they should start to dim. To see actually on the job site starting, when I'm on the job site starting, the lights will turn on. What I can also do is actually, as you see here, there's two floodlights. They're very bright. If I'm really working in dark spaces where there's no power supply, I can also group them. So if you have a group of 8, so the number group 8, you have a drop down here and you see there's two floodlights integrated. They are currently turned off, but you can also turn them on. I think the battery. And you can also set a timer on those two to see, okay, when do they go on, when do they go off, when do they start dimming. So this is all remotely done from here. I don't have to go down to on the ladder and switch them on. I can just do it from far. So floodlights, do we have something else, Gregor?
Of course, but pretty cool to be able to control the lights by your smartphone actually, but we have something which goes even a little bit beyond connectivity. You see this, the angle grinder I was talking about before. This is a connected tool, so you see it on the module which is in there, but you already probably realized that there's something special. We introduced we built there a display inside of this tool, and we have some kind of a touch functionality to set settings. So first of all, what you do today before you start working, before you do your work, you might check the battery status. So you have to remember to do that. In the future with this tool, it always shows you the battery status. So you will not need to always check the battery, you will just see it right away on the display. And if the battery changes to a worse status, so it's losing energy because you were working, this might get yellow and then in the end might get red, so you know, or perhaps now it's time to change the battery. So you see it in the glimpse of the eye. And then the tool might also get hot if you make a really tough application for a longer time. We have a battery, we have an overheat sensor inside, and we have a overheat LED on there. And then you can also set the speed with this tool. So I will turn it on. And then now it's to level 3. That's 2. Now it's 1. So you actually can control the speed of your tool directly on this one centralized space. And you have light, so you could set the light, as we've seen also for the drill drivers. So now we have seen some really nice tools, but I don't know, perhaps we have something else to show.
Yes,
Florian.
Gregor, we do. We do have one more thing. We have our connectivity quiz. But Gregor,
good.
before we can start with the quiz, we need 2 volunteers out of the group who wants to play with us.
It will be 3 easy questions, and probably we can win some prizes, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we have one volunteer here.
We have a cool Bluetooth speaker to win. So
How about you?
Yeah,
Please
that's
join.
awesome.
Yeah, you
So
can
just
join.
come
Yeah,
around.
thank you. Yeah.
just grab your hammer.
Es gibt ja schöne Preise.
And for the quiz, we have these 2 buzzers. So if you know an answer to a question, if you want to trigger the buzzer, just hit it with your hammer. And when the light is switched on in front of your buzzer, you can answer the question. Okay.
What is the light? I mean, it's the same one, right?
Yes, Gregor, exactly. It's the same flag light like we have seen before. And how does it work? So basically, we use the same technology like from the connected tools. So we have the Bluetooth for the connectivity, and we have the sensor. So we have here a sensor which detects the impact of the hammer and sends the information to the smartphone. And the smartphone evaluates which buzzer was triggered first. Okay. And when your light is switched on, you can answer the question. So here are the 3 questions.
I need the answer for the question.
Which wireless technology will be used by Bosch for connected tools? Right. Which of the following power tool will be available in the near future as a connected tool from Bosch? Wall chaser or cordless angle grinder?
Cordless.
Yeah, you're right. Cordless angle grinder.
So now it's 1-1. Now the tension rises.
1-1. It's the final question now. Which app can connect the Bosch connected tools with the smartphone?
Connected tools.
Toolbox app or WhatsApp?
Toolbox app.
Right.
Yeah, we have a winner.
So we have a winner.
Very good.
And here's the Bluetooth speaker. And also for the second winner, also Bluetooth speaker. Thank you for playing
no
with us.
losers in our station.
Cool, thank you very much. So we heard a lot today, and you probably also heard a lot already. But what do we want to talk about here? What do we want you to take away? First thing, we now have the possibility to personalize our power tools. It's not one size fits all. You can just adjust it to your needs. Second, what you see here is our first generation of Bosch connected power tools coming out this fall. And together with you, we would like to build tomorrow. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thanks a lot.